Okay, good evening everyone and welcome to the Ottumwa City Council meeting. I'm going to call our meeting to order, and if everybody would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Let's go ahead and take the roll.
Councilmember Hoffman?
Yes, here.
Councilmember McIntyre?
Here.
Councilmember Pope?
Here.
Councilmember Rowe?
Here.
Councilmember Galloway?
Here.
Mayor Johnson?
Here. The next item on the agenda is to approve tonight's agenda. So is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Chris will go ahead and take the roll.
Councilmember Hoffman?
Yes.
Councilmember McIntyre?
Yes.
Councilmember Pope?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Galloway?
Yes.
Okay, before we go further on the agenda, I've been asked by Councilwoman Pope that she'd like to speak tonight, and I believe Councilman Rowe might also want to speak after that, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Senator Pope.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I would like to apologize to the citizens of Ottumwa for my unforeseen absences with my family illnesses, as well as my own health and well-being. Family illnesses that led to one of my brothers passing last month. A special thanks and thoughts to the community that personally reached out to me during that time. I love and appreciate you always. To the citizens that felt the need to post or speak openly about my attendance, but never once mentioned any other council members. Hey, so be it. Let's be transparent. Instead, you chose to openly bully me by threatening to start petitions, asking me to resign for thoughts if you don't even know the meaning of. A bully is someone who seeks to harm, intimidate, or coerce. To the Ottumwa Courier, thank you for your endorsement 2 years ago. To endorse me means declaring one's public approval or support. I have not felt the support this past week. I chose to speak to the mayor, some of the council members, as well as someone mentors in the community for guidance before speaking to the public. I have felt attacked publicly as well as internally. My priorities will always be God first, my family, and then my job. So you know. It has been a privilege to work alongside some of you in the pursuit of the betterment of the community. With that being said, thank you for this opportunity to serve this community. I am grateful for the love and the support of my family and my true friends. Thank you for understanding during these trying times. Life happens. I am grateful for the opportunity and the experiences. I have remained committed to the well-being of Ottumwa. But as of today, I will be stepping down in this role as city council member, but not as an active member in this community. Thank you.
Councilman Rowe, would you like to go ahead and speak?
Yeah, I just want to say, I think that was a very appropriate thing for Councilperson Pope to do, and it takes a lot of courage to get up and say what she said. And I think that she can walk out here with her head held high, that she served the community for the time that she served the community.
Does anybody else have anything they'd like to say on the council? Okay.
Someone will need to make a motion to remove the item from the table.
I motion to remove the resolution 205-2023 from the table.
Second.
Chris will take the roll.
Councilmember Hoffman?
Yes.
Councilmember McIntyre?
Yes.
Councilmember Pope?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Galloway?
Yes.
Motion.
Mayor, I would motion to award Adam with AA Golf Group LLC the RFP. Adam has made valuable contributions to the course and the potential to grow it, and has the potential to grow it even further. As noted by the other applicants, Adam and Greg have done a great job running the course, and Adam's enthusiasm for expanding the clubhouse and emphasizing the community, communication, service, and growth was impressive during his presentation. While other companies may offer different opportunities, I believe that Adam has the potential to grow the course by partnering with local community members and outside members, providing ongoing training for himself and staff, and being open-minded to new partnerships as teaming up with Meet Ottumwa to promote and grow golf tourism. I believe Adam with AAW Golf Group LLC is the appropriate person, company for this RFP.
I second. I can make comments with my second. I do believe when I weighed everything, we have a beautiful course, and as Councilperson Galloway noticed in the speeches from the other two, they had even commented how beautiful the course was. Maxim, the big golf course, had even said 5 years ago it was a beautiful course, and you could say the same today. I drive by that course in the course of my work 2-3 times a day. It's a beautiful course. It's coming in, and everybody, it's really hard to, in my opinion, not to choose the one that's already exceeding at the position. So I gladly second Adam.
Any other comments from council?
I guess I would just say, looking at the 3 RFPs, I thought that all of them did a great job of presenting. One thing that I would say, and maybe this isn't a topic for tonight, but just something to put into everybody's ears. This if it goes that way this evening, this will be the second time in a year that the City Council has moved away from the RFP Committee's recommendation for an award for a bid. Now, I'm not saying that those are necessarily wrong moves, but it does beg the question of, is the RFP process correct the way that we have it now? So that's one thing. And looking at the 3 RFPs, the presentation specifically, I was a little bit offended, quite honestly, looking at Maxim when they came, and the gentleman said, and I'm sure he probably said it jokingly, but he said that he was sure that this was a beautiful community, but he would never move here. I'll be honest with you, I shut down at that point. If you're unwilling to move to the community, then you probably shouldn't do business in the community. Looking at the difference between Doug and Adam, which is kind of where I had really landed on that. I thought both of them had great ideas. I thought that both of them gave great presentations. But at the end of the day, I struggled with Doug Teckle's presentation and the fact that most every time there was a conversation about the golf course, he really just talked about how great Adam had done over the years, and I'm sure Doug would continue that tradition if he were awarded the bid. But it does make you wonder, if Adam's doing such a great job, then why would we not award the contract to him, especially when his competition is also saying he's doing a great job. So I guess those are my thoughts on the matter.
Anybody else?
Yeah. I pondered it all, even after the crowd last week and everything else. I know you guys have had time to calm down a little bit and realize that there's a reason only so many people run for city council. Because we know we got to make tough decisions, and we know we got to hear from negative stuff from our own friends. And sometimes that's sad, because we don't get paid enough to tolerate half of what we tolerate, but we do, because we really do love Ottumwa. After all the 3 people that applied, the presentations I thought were good, the question and answers were good to the point to where you had 3 people, and any given 3 of them would have been qualified. The emotion side of it was probably 2 of them was from Ottumwa. So I think different than most people. I know that explains a lot about me, but I analyzed, it was almost like Muhammad Ali. When he was a champ for a number of years, he actually got beat by people punching him out from time to time or getting more winning by points, but they didn't knock him out, so he remained the champ. So the reason I'm endorsing Adam myself too is that there wasn't enough of a separation with the other two to say, okay, I think it's time, here's what we got to do. So that's how I came up with my solution.
Anybody else have any other comments that they'd like to make? Yeah. We did have one individual that wanted to speak on this agenda item. Does Mr. Niner, do you still want to come up and speak at the podium?
Yeah, good evening. Mitch Niner, 420 Hackworth Street here in Ottumwa. I'm not going to waste much of your time. I just want to tell you a real kind of a funny story. When I come on council, like Bill just did, first thing on the agenda was the golf course in 08. Very first thing. We voted it down, come back later in 08 with a different RFP. And it was voted through, I think 3-2. I think myself and the late Shannon Addison voted no. At that time, I kind of felt, I didn't like the equipment deal from the first one. It was kind of a disaster, I thought. But I also had reservations about grade. Fast forward to now. A little bit older, a little bit wiser. So hang on to your seats because I'm going to tell you that my vote was wrong. Look at the golf course today. Look at what it was when Greg took it over himself instead of being a city employee. It's impeccable. Adam has followed in his footsteps. Every aspect of the grass thing. Halfway through my 15 years, I now have a turf management degree. I've worked on the soccer fields, you know, in some soccer club, some high school, Indian Hill, for 25 years. I know what it takes to take care of grass. I can't even wrap my head around a soccer field sometimes, and there you do a golf course. So, I just think it should go to Adam. I think it's just clear cut. Look, continue on. We have other things to worry about. Let him do the golf thing like he's been doing. And but I just wanted to step up here and say, 15 years later, I voted wrong. Because look at the condition of the course and look what that family has done. And they deserve to have it back. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I guess the only comment I would like to make is I'm really glad that the council has made a motion and at least seconded to keep it local. And I do believe that the current person, Adam Wilson, has worked with his dad out there for the last 20 years, has done really a good job. And like I said at last week's meeting, I think any of the three entities could have done it. But I think anytime you have somebody that's proven themselves and they're local, we really need to support local business. So I'm really glad to see that that's where we're headed tonight. Does there anybody have any other comments they want me before Chris takes the roll? If not, Chris will go ahead and take the roll.
Councilmember Hoffman?
Yes.
Councilmember McIntyre?
Yes.
Councilmember Pope?
Yes.
Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Galloway?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Yes.
This is the time in our council meeting where I'd ask if anybody wants to speak on any agenda items that are not on tonight's agenda. And we did have two people that said they'd like to speak. Are those two people still wanting to speak?
Yeah, Mayor, this one.
Yes.
She's raising it.
Would you go ahead and introduce yourself,
Yes.
please?
That was all.
Okay.
I got it. My name is Kenyatta Pope. My address is 426 North Green Street. I just wanted to say that it has been displayed in this community against adults this past week. An example of bullying has been unjust, and it's been very disheartening this past week. I feel everyone should be treated fairly. This has not been the case. No other council member that has missed days has been put on display or slandered in a paper, talked about in the media, but yet my mother has. And I feel that this is unfair and unjust. I feel like this is an attack against her character and her race. She is the only person of color and minority, and by getting her to resign, there is no one to speak for minorities in our community. The Word of God says, "Touch not mine anointed, do my prophet no harm." My mother is a praying woman, a blessed woman of God. She is a woman that wants the best out of everyone. She is a blessing to everyone that she comes in contact with. And by this happening, it is unfair, but I recognize that things like this happen to God's people, and the elite will understand. If the council was really about change, they would not be trying to force my mom to resign her position on council, or even people in the community. Some things and some people want things to stay the same and not change. Thank you.
Thank you. Is Kim here? No, you don't want to speak? Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to speak on any item that's not on our agenda tonight that didn't fill out a paper? Okay, if not, I guess we'll go ahead and move to adjourn, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn tonight's special city council meeting.
So moved. Second.
Chris will take the roll.
Councilmember Hoffman?
Yes.
Councilmember McIntyre?
Yes.
Councilmember Pope? Yes. Councilmember Rowe?
Yes.
Councilmember Gallo?
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for attending our meeting tonight, and don't forget, we have another city council meeting tomorrow night at 5:30.